Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I wanted to discuss an Azure speech service that we haven't talked about yet, and that service is called Personal Voice. So to show you this, I'm going to use Microsoft Foundry. And many of you probably know that they updated Microsoft Foundry to a new look, so you can actually go here to the new Foundry, but we're going to, for the sake of ease, we're going to use the old Foundry, and then I'll do a video on the new Foundry later so that you guys can find speech services within the new Foundry. But for now, we're going to use the old Foundry. So we're going to navigate to Speech Playground. And then when Speech Playground loads, we're going to look up here and we're going to find Personal Voice. So here it is. So instantly create an AI voice from a human voice sample in over 100 languages. Boom. So let's click into this. All right. So the first thing that I want to say is that Personal Voice is a limited access service. So to be able to gain access to Personal Voice, you actually have to submit an application. So just a heads up there. You should definitely come in here and check out the documentation because this is actually really important for two reasons. Number one, it tells you exactly what the service does, but more importantly is that Azure Speech has two types of ways that you can create voices. One is personal voice and the other one is professional voice. And it's really important that you go in here and you understand the target scenarios, the use cases, how much training data it takes, the required data size. All this stuff is very important because you need to figure out which service you want to use for your specific use case, right? Even though this service is actually a gated service, you can still go in and try the demo. Right? But if you want to use the Personal Voice API, you do have to apply for access here. I've shown you this before. This is the application for custom neural voice and custom avatar as well as Personal Voice. So you will fill out all of this stuff, right? And then down at the bottom, you would want to choose Personal Voice, right? And then go next. I'll ask you more questions and so on and so forth. But okay, so that being said, let's go back over here. So you can see that I already created a voice, but let's do it again so you guys can kind of see how it works. So what you want to do is you want to create a new voice, right? And so when you create a new voice, there's going to be a statement here. So the statement says, I, Deb Adioba, am aware that recordings of my voice will be used by whatever company to create and use a synthetic version of my voice. So the way that you actually make that voice pertain to you personally is you come up here and you put your first and last name here. I already have mine, so I'll just click it in here. And then your company name. So mine is Deb Adioba and my company name is Deb Incorporated. And you can see that it filled it in here for me. Deb Adioba, Deb Incorporated. Now, before you do this is so important because I didn't do this. Before you do this, click on this tips right here and read this thoroughly. I know it seems like maybe this isn't that important, but it is that important because you really need to make sure you're doing all of this stuff. Okay. So, and I didn't do this the first time. So like avoid background noise. Okay, that's cool. I can do that. Stay relaxed. No, I did not do that. I was not relaxed when I did this the first time. Use a high quality microphone. I have a pretty good microphone that I'm using. Stay about 8 inches from the microphone. I did not do that. I was very close to the microphone and I was very excited. Okay, so it didn't work well. Okay, so the other thing is pronounce each word correctly and speak clearly. I didn't do that either. Okay, so long story short, read through these, think about them when you're recording this so that you can actually have it work the first time around. Okay, great. So got it. So now, having all of that in mind, we're going to record this. So here we go. Let me just get in my zone. I, Deb Adioba, am aware that recordings of my voice will be used by Deb Incorporated to create and use a synthetic version of my voice. Boom. So now I've got green all the way around. This is great. There is a mispronunciation here. It is my last name. almost everybody mispronounces my last name, so we're gonna let that go for now. But what you want is you want green in clearness, green in pronunciation, and green in volume. I could probably, have the volume a little bit better. I think I was probably further than 8 inches, but it's good for now. So I'm gonna say create. Great, so now we have different scenarios. So we have story, broadcast, and conversation, and you can select a scenario to try different samples. So we're going to start with story because it's here, right? So I'm going to actually read this prompt. Days turned into weeks, and soon a small green sprout emerged from the soil. Okay, it's good with that. Okay, so now let's say create. And what it's doing, it's creating some samples of my voice in like a story scenario, right? Like what my voice would sound like in a story scenario. So it'll give us a couple of samples. There we go. Okay, so let's hear what these sound like. Suddenly she sees a bear riding a bike toward her. So it sounds just like me. Let's try a longer one. The sunflower not only brought happiness and beauty to the village, but also symbolized the power of hope, care, and community spirit. So you can hear it's very story. Like also, most amazingly, like that used hardly any data. Like it only used the data that I gave it when I read my consent into it. And then whenever I read the sentence, it created the story version of me, but that's literally no data to create that. It sounds just like me. Let's try another one. Let's try broadcast, right? So let me read this one. The bridge is experiencing moderate traffic northbound with delays of about 10 minutes. Okay, great. There we go. I actually almost messed up on that one, but we got it. Okay, let's create it. Excellent. Okay, so let's just generate some of these. Oh, by the way, what I didn't point out here is that you can see your output language. So I could have different output languages, and it's using Dragon latest neural. Like I could use Dragon V2 neural, right? And then I can generate it with the latest Dragon model as well. So let's try that, and then let's just do English for now. Small craft should exercise caution due to the increasing wind and wave conditions expected throughout the day. Yeah, so that sounds very broadcasty, right? Let's try to do Spanish. Let's see how that goes. Let's do Spanish. Did I skip it? Oh, here it is right here. Spanish. All right. We'll do this one. Por la mañana, el mar estará en calma con olas de entre 2 y 4 pies de altura. So that sounds like me speaking Spanish. So very cool. So it's also multilingual, which is great. And then just to finish it off, let's do conversation as well, just to see what this sounds like. Hello, this is your AI assistant. How can I help you today? I almost messed that one up too, but we made it through. Okay, let's create. Okay, let's put it back to English here. Let's do English, US, and then we'll do Dragon V2. You can listen to the original too if you'd like. Let's try this one. Is there anything else I can help you with today? Interesting. Okay. Let's try this one. I'm sorry, I didn't quite catch that. Could you please repeat? Yeah, that does sound kind of conversational, honestly. Okay, great. So that just gives you an idea. This is how you do the test, right? If you want to just test it out. Okay, great. So there's a quick walkthrough of Personal Voice. Leave in the comments if you have any questions about this service, and I'll do my best to answer them. If you liked this video, please like and subscribe, and let me know what videos you'd like to see going forward. And thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.